Welcome back. Today, we're going to tackle something that, well, pretty much all of us struggle with, right? Distraction. We are diving deep into the key ideas from Nir Eyal's incredible book, Indistractable: How to Control Your Attention and Choose Your Life.
This isn't just about losing a few minutes of productivity here and there. No. This is about something way more valuable. It's about losing moments of our lives, the ones we can never, ever get back. So the author, Nir Eyal, kicks things off with this story that just, wow, it hits you right in the gut. He's supposed to be having this special father-daughter moment, working on an activity book. They get to this question: if you could have any superpower, what would it be? But where was he? He was lost in his phone. And by the time he looked up, she was gone. The moment was over. He'd completely missed it. We've all prioritized some random, meaningless notification over a real, live human being sitting right in front of us. You see, this isn't just a technology problem. It's a human problem.
So what do we normally do when we feel that guilt? What's the go-to solution? We blame the phone. We say, that's it, I'm doing a digital detox. But as Eyal found out the hard way, that whole approach, it just doesn't work. And I mean, this guy went all out. He got a flip phone, one of those old school ones. Turns out you kind of need GPS these days, right? He even tried swapping online news for print newspapers, only to end up with a pile of unread papers while he just watched the news on TV instead. He even bought a word processor from the 90s with no internet. And this is the big aha moment, the moment it all clicked for him. Because even with a computer from the Stone Age, what did he do? He'd just, find something else to do. Tidy his desk, get lost in a book that was sitting there. It proved it was never really about the phone. The problem was way deeper. He was just swapping one escape route for another. Okay, so this leads us to the absolute heart of the matter, the idea that kind of flips everything on its head. If it's not the tech, then what on earth is it? All right, think of it like this. We're great at blaming the obvious thing, right? The proximate cause, the buzz in your pocket, the little red notification bubble, but that's just the symptom. The real reason, the root cause, it's our own internal desire to just escape an uncomfortable feeling. We're not looking for distraction, we're running away from something. And this is where we get to this super important concept he calls internal triggers. Basically, these are cues from inside of us. You know the feeling: boredom, loneliness, stress, feeling overwhelmed. Our brain feels that and it immediately starts looking for an exit ramp. And guess what's usually the fastest, easiest exit ramp? Yep, your phone. Okay, get ready for this next line because it is the central idea of this whole book. Ready? Time management is pain management. Let that sink in for a sec. It's so powerful. Every time we get distracted, we're not just wasting time. We are literally running away from some kind of psychological pain or discomfort. And here's the kicker. We're literally built this way. It's not your fault. Evolution wired our brains to constantly be a little bit dissatisfied. We get bored easily, we fixate on bad stuff, that's the negativity bias, we chew on bad memories, and even when great things happen, we get used to them super fast. So we're always looking for that next little hit of relief. So if the problem is coming from inside us, that might sound a little scary, but the good news is there's a way to deal with it. And this brings us to the practical, actionable part, a really clear 4-step framework to become indistractable. So here they are, the 4 steps of the Indistractable Model. You start by mastering those internal triggers. Then you make time for what he calls traction. Then you hack back the external triggers. And finally, you used Pacts to keep yourself on track. So step 1, and this is so important. Your first move isn't to resist the urge with brute force. Nope, it's to get curious. The next time you feel that itch to check your phone, just pause for 10 seconds and ask yourself, wait a minute, what am I actually feeling right now? What am I trying to escape? Just that tiny act of noticing can be enough to break the spell. Which leads perfectly into step 2, which is all about making time for traction. Traction is simply the opposite of distraction. It's the stuff that pulls you towards who you want to be and what you want to do. And the logic here is just brilliant. You can't know what a distraction is unless you know what it's distracting you from. So you have to plan your time based on your values. Okay, step 3. Now we get to fight back against the outside world. This is where we hack back those external triggers. We're talking about all the pings, dings, and notifications that constantly hijack our day. You gotta ask yourself, does this notification serve me or do I serve it? The book has this great example of nurses wearing do not disturb vests.
We can do the same thing. A simple sign on your monitor can work wonders. And finally, step 4, which is a real game changer, preventing distraction with pacts. A pact is basically a deal you make with your present self to protect your future self from caving in. It's about making a choice now to make it harder to do the wrong thing later. A great example is using a simple outlet timer that kills your Wi-Fi at 10 p.m. Your tired future self can't argue with it. The choice has already been made.
And you know, at the end of the day, being indistractable has nothing to do with being some kind of hyper-efficient robot. It's about personal integrity. It's about doing what you said you were going to do. It's about being the person who is fully present with your kids, with your work, and with yourself.
And that, I think, is the most powerful takeaway of all. This isn't a system of restriction. It's a system of liberation. It's about freeing yourself from the reactive, impulsive part of your brain so you can finally be in the driver's seat of your own life.
So let's circle all the way back to the beginning, back to that question Nir missed with his daughter. But this time, I'm going to ask it to you. Seriously, think about it for a second. What would your life look like? What could you accomplish if your superpower was being truly, completely indestructible?